He's muted. That was a great start.
I was like, what is going on?
I meant to put that on loop.
Oh.
That's on me. We're
I
all
was
right.
wondering why you were just sitting there, and then I realized we were still muted. And I got very confused.
We're crushing it. What's up, Bestie?
Dark greetings.
Dark readings, obviously.
Yeah, no, super jazzed for another week of Fallout.
Fuck yeah. I've got this Trader Joe's lemonade that I'm not bothering to use a glass for.
Why not? It's decent.
I'm not mad at it.
Not super sweet, which is good or bad depending on your perspective.
But we're here and we're talking about episodes 4 and 5 of season 2 of Fallout.
We sure are. Oh, Nixie would like to join us.
Well, hello, Nix.
You did watch episode 5 with me.
Come on.
No? She's thinking about it. She's rubbing things and thinking about it.
Okay. We'll let her think about it while we get into it. We're beginning with season 2, episode 4, The Demon in the Snow. We open on the Alaskan front before the bombs. And we get to see Coop in power armor.
Yeah. Man, I have to cast my mind back now.
Oh yeah, I've got my note. I took my notes on both episodes today, so it's pretty fresh in here.
Oh, did you rewatch 4 then?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it.
Yep, got everything written down.
So,
but yes, cast your mind back.
Yeah. To 5 days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this exchange where Cooper and Charlie are on, the front lines fighting in power armor. This exchange where Charlie's power armor is malfunctioning and he's like, and they ask for permission to turn back and from whatever command center and it gets denied. And Cooper tells him to go back anyway. Cooper, you're a good man.
Yeah, because, it's not like Charlie can get in trouble for that because,
Mm-hmm.
So Cooper was basically like, yeah, you go and you save your life and I'll take whatever,
He was about to sacrifice himself, which...
Yeah.
I know that man is still in there, God damn it.
I don't know, a couple hundred years can do a lot to a person.
A couple hundred years can do a lot to a person, but I'm holding out hope regardless.
But no person has ever experienced that. So it's hard to say.
I sure was surprised to see... Okay, because Cooper's out there. He's, being attacked by, the Reds. It's fucking stupid. But he's being attacked by the enemies, and you hear this roaring in the distance, and you're like, what the fuck is that? It's a fucking death claw pre-war.
Yeah, which is wild because we talked because we watched this episode together, right? And so we talked about this, and it's not spoilery, I guess, to talk about the origin of them because it's all it's in Fallout 1 or 2. I already forget 2. I think.
And I have not played 1 and 2, so this was kind of new information for me.
Yeah, because we were both super surprised. Wait, Deathclaws before the bombs even fell?
Yeah.
This whole time we just assumed that they were some sort of mutation, caused by radiation.
Caused by the radiation.
Which they kind of are, partially.
In a way. I also do just want to say that those Red Army soldiers looked really young.
Well, unfortunately, that usually is the case with soldiers.
You do hate to see it.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, about the Deathclaw, the first...
Hey, Bandit.
Hey, Bandit, what's up? This is kind of our first big encounter with one. It looks incredible.
Well, the reason I mentioned the information that we discovered afterward, reading, is because supposedly Deathclaws were genetically engineered as a bioweapon, cobbling together the DNA from a bunch of creatures, particularly the Jackson's chameleon. also, it's supposed to look different from the ones post bombs because they do mutate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way that they look in this sort of like flashback is not quite the same level of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do look a little different, but like just from an effects standpoint, it looks fantastic. And I think this just goes to show what VFX artists are capable of when you give them time and resources.
Oh.
Oh no, you're frozen.
You were frozen.
Oh, cool.
But now we're both back.
Wonderful. Yeah, as I was saying,
yeah,
goes to show what you can achieve when you give VFX artists enough time and enough resources to actually like put things, like to make things look like they are in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone really wants to know something about LA Secret.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
I don't know either, but if you keep spamming us, bud, I'm putting you in timeout. Anyway. What the hell?
And yet,
ban. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either, but I'm just going to try and ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the best I could find, like trying to read things, they were mostly practical effects.
Which is, you love to see it.
Yeah, like building these like massive Deathclaw puppets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, it looked so good.
But then we return to present day post-apocalypse, where so it turns out that Thaddeus was in fact farming caps, because as soon as Max tells him, like, starts to try and get him in on his plan, he's like, I gotta go. And he starts like scooping armfuls of bottle caps into a bucket.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's not illegal. He's not like counterfeiting them. They're real caps.
No, he's not counterfeitting them. They are legit bottle caps, but yeah, so that's
exploiting children? Sure.
Exploiting children, but I mean, it's the wasteland. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst thing anybody has done.
Far from it, Dusty.
Yeah.
But
radius probably.
Max, my son, this is a terrible idea, having Thaddeus pose as Xander.
Yeah, no, and like obviously the man does not have acting talent.
None whatsoever. No.
It just feels weird to say that about a person who is actually acting in the moment. Anyway,
yeah.
Clearly he does not have acting talent. And like obviously it's not gonna last.
No, right? It's not gonna last.
That power armor on forever.
And I gotta say, like, we've said this before, this show truly is a comedy, because like the scene where Max is talking to this other Brotherhood soldier who's in power armor, and he's like, oh yeah, Xander's right there, and then they show Thaddeus unable to even get out of a door in power armor. Excellent.
Yep, very like slapstick.
Very slapstick indeed. And also we learned we were at the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters.
Yeah, which I did because I've been playing a lot more New Vegas in the last week, getting back into it. And I was at the Sunset Sarsaparilla plant a couple days ago, and I was like, hey, look at
that.
I was trying to collect all those stupid sunset, like the star caps to give. I
haven't even started finding those, man.
And I don't know how many he wants. Every time I give him more, he's like, that's not nearly enough. And I'm like, dude, just tell me how many caps you need.
I'm sure you can Google it somewhere.
I'm sure I could, but like, I feel like I've already given him more than enough. Anyway.
But then we cut back over to Lucy and the Ghoul, where she's hooked up to some sort of IV, which we later learn is buff out.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the only way you can really stay alive,
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, not ideal.
Actually, here's a question. What chems do you use in game?
None.
Really?
I refuse.
Interesting. I'm a jet girl myself.
I get along just fine without them, and to me, they just add like an extra layer of complication.
I'll take jet, I'll take Med-X, because that reduces your damage taken.
Yeah.
And I always carry a dick doll, so like it's fine.
Yeah. Me, I just don't use them at all, and I collect all the meds I can find and sell them.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
But when Lucy and the ghoul are walking away from this little NCR camp, you hear the main theme for the game. And I was just like, just makes me happy. I love hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But down in the vaults, Reg's products of inbreeding support group seems to be flourishing. Although I can't say the same for the rest of the fucking vault.
Yeah, it's weird that he gets all these supplies when they're like pretty much going to run out of water any day.
Yeah, they're having some real problems down there.
Yeah. It reminds me of being in like college. Like anytime you have an event with free food, it just gets swarmed. Yep. Free food or free t-shirts, just automatically.
Mm-hmm. Always a good time. But our little interlude down to the vault is very brief because we almost immediately, we learn that the vault, how do I not be an incel? Look inwards is going to be my advice to you. Do some self-reflection. Women are not the cause of all of your problems. It is most likely, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, it is most likely your repugnant personality if you are an incel.
Okay.
Well, I'm gay, so that certainly casts things in a different light. If you're not like a, neckbeard, fedora, milady, why aren't women kissing the ground that I walk on type, or why aren't men kissing the ground that I walk on type, if you're just single and would prefer not to be, if that's what you mean by incel, I'm just gonna suggest the basics. Just put yourself out there. Find a hobby. That's a great way to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Go to some singles events in your area if there are any.
You've never been on meetup.com, that's useful.
Meetup.com is very useful. And yeah, the hobby thing is a big one. It really is a fantastic way to and even if you don't find a significant other, you can find some friends.
Yeah.
So why was I so nice when you found out I was gay? Because normally when someone says incel, it conjures up a very specific type of individual who I find rather unpleasant. So it removes some of the baggage associated with the term. Anyway, back to Fallout. But something's up with Lucy.
Gee, what could it be?
What could it possibly be? I love how she thinks that she's dying because she's a little bit grouchy, by the way.
Yeah.
Delightful.
No, I love Lucy on drugs.
Love her so much. But yeah, we have withdrawal and rationalization.
Yeah.
I love her.
I love watching her struggle, like, visibly between, like, oh no, drugs are bad as shit, but also I kind of need more drugs.
And I mean, I can't say that, like, on an actual, like, vaguely serious note, I can't say that I don't follow her logic because, like, Hank McClane has hurt a lot of people and probably will continue to do so until somebody stops him. And she doesn't have days to be waiting for, acute withdrawal to subside. So I get where she's coming from, even if it is, kind of absurd and silly and funny.
Yeah. Again, it's comedy.
It is a comedy. But back to the Brotherhood. I like when Max returns with Thaddeus posing as Xander. I like that Dane immediately knows that something is up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I will say, when Max says to Dane that he did the right thing, I kind of agree with him. Like, I think he did do the right thing.
By killing Xander?
Yeah. Well, because I mean, again, Xander was going to kill a bunch of kids.
Yeah. I mean, well, I suppose he was wearing the power armor, so he couldn't have just maybe knocked him out because power armor makes you probably too strong to have the gentle tap, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, killing him wasn't ideal, but I really don't think he was the type who could have been reasoned with because, like,
Arthur!
Arthur, what's up, my dude?
Long time no see, bud.
But he did tell him, like, hey, we don't, like, you know, we don't need to do this. And he made it very clear that he wasn't going to listen, so.
I mean, he could have incapacitated him somehow.
I suppose.
But then, I mean, honestly, there might have been worse fallout. I can't help doing that. But from him, like, hurting Xander and then Xander being around to talk about it than just killing him.
Yeah. But my question to Max is attempting to kill Quintus really the smartest move?
He did, like, he really just kind of like dove in the deep end.
Yeah, he got there very quickly.
Because he goes from like, oh, I don't know, I'm this kind of like meek guy who's trying too hard to convince people that he's this hero that killed Moldaver, to all of a sudden it's like, well, now I killed this guy from the not hero, from the Commonwealth. And well, I guess I'll go ahead and just like kill my boss then. The guy.
Yeah, essentially.
Why not?
But Thaddeus, please shut up. You're making this so much worse.
He should not have said any words.
No words.
Never.
And you might have gotten away with it for a second.
God, it absolutely killed me that he was like in the cafeteria in power armor. It's like, how do you think you're gonna eat?
Yeah, and we'll get to that because there's things to be discussed there as well. But before that exact scene, we go back to our vaulties on the surface being led by Norman.
Our Vault 31ers.
Vault 31ers. And there's this one among the, like, sort of the unfrozen Vault 31 dwellers. I don't remember her name, but she's the...
I don't either.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right? Like, the girl with the dark curly hair.
Started working there a week prior.
That was my thing. They froze new hires? That was fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, it does seem weird because weren't these supposed to be like the like cream of the crop, like loyal, whatever, not somebody who just started working there a week ago that they weren't even sure what like believed in.
Yeah, that was kind of bizarre to me. Oh, Bidit, nice to know you've been watching along. We love to see it.
Right?
Yeah, damn is definitely a way to describe it, and we will get to that in a little bit.
Yeah. We're on 4, we'll get to 5. Yeah.
We will fucking get to 5. I only finished watching it like 20 minutes before we started the stream, so it is
really
fresh in my mind.
I watched it sooner than that. I mean, just earlier today, but still, it's usually I'm the one.
Yeah, I had to do it after work, but whatever. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and I can't remember precisely who says it, but somebody says something about like a phase 2 and an experiment. Like, is that Ronnie?
Sure, I don't remember his name, but the guy who was like Bud's assistant.
Yeah, Bud's personal assistant.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, like phase 2 and the experiment involves 32 and 33. It was like, the what now?
Yeah.
Phase 2 of what?
Yeah, and wait, I don't want to jump ahead, but it's going to be hard for us to find that out now.
It's going to be very hard for us to find that out, and I could not be more interested, is an unfortunate fact of the matter.
Yeah.
I could not want to know more. But, and now we go back to a different set of vault dwellers, the ones who have remained underground. I gotta say, changing vaults cannot be this fucking hard, man.
I mean, their lives are very limited.
Their lives are incredibly limited. I will give you that.
like we're used to going different places. Like we move multiple times in our lives usually.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how many homes I've had at this point.
Yeah.
And so you kind of get used to that. Whereas if you have literally lived in the same spot with no outside world to go to your whole life or anything, like
Yeah, I suppose it would
like mental
be pretty
model for
like
that sort of thing.
I suppose any change would be pretty jarring.
Yeah, it is really hard to fathom like that like tiny space is the only space you know
Mm-hmm.
for your entire existence.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and to essentially then have that flipped backward is
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah.
It's a lot, apparently. But
Yeah.
we learn that Steph and Betty know what happened in Vault 31. They know that Norman is no longer there. They know that he unfroze
Mhm.
all of the Vault Tech employees.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering what they're gonna do about that.
And you do actually get to see like Steph, like obviously we know she's from 31 and so has to be one of the people who was frozen, but like it's the first time you actually see her speaking as a person, you know, with
Yeah.
that.
And
Same with Betty.
she scares me, especially now that she's been given power.
Yeah.
She is cold-blooded.
It was bothering me. Claudia is the girl's name.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, she's always kind of seemed that way.
She's always been a little scary, but it's now that she actually has authority.
Oh yeah, no, she is like makes me
It's
wonder what her job was previously.
I feel like she had to be pretty high up in the company to
Yeah.
be the way that she, or like with the way that she is, I feel like she had to be pretty high up in the company.
Yeah, and I can't remember if that gets acknowledged during their conversation, like if Steph like outranked Betty in their old jobs.
I do not know. I suppose we'll find out. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Because she definitely acts as though that would be.
She very much acts as a superior.
Yeah.
But I want to know what is in this keepsake box of Hank McClane's. I'm wondering if it has to do with the black box technology.
It could.
But she also says it's something personal. And like I would assume, since they're both from Vault 31, that maybe they knew each other before being frozen. So that could add another layer to it.
It does seem like a lot of them do remember each other from before.
Mm-hmm. But then
I assume they were all put in that particular vault for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not to jump ahead, but we do eventually know that there's more than one of these like management vaults.
Mm-hmm.
So we would assume the people that they know, like probably put together people that know each other, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that would make sense. But one of the innocent, now 32 dwellers,
yeah,
Woody, he overhears the conversation between Betty and Steph that's taking place in an area where they shouldn't even be to begin with, which, like, why would you do that? That's just going to arouse suspicion.
Well, because they're in different vaults.
I mean, yes, but they, like, we've seen before that there is an intervault communication system with, like, the terminals.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it was too pressing, but I was just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it would be too easy for Steph to just ignore her on there.
Also possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not good because he overhears the term experiment specifically.
Yeah. Sweet summer child.
Sweet summer child, indeed. But before we continue with the consequences of that, we return to Lucy and the Ghoul arriving in Las Vegas, and we see that all of the kings, the roving gang of like Elvis impersonators from Fallout New Vegas, have all been turned into ghouls.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, I mean,
happened?
I had hoped it was just a few of them, but it seems like it might legitimately be all of them.
It seems like it might be all of them. what happened to the strip? Because when you first arrive at like the gates to the Vegas Strip in the game,
Mm-hmm.
like there's Securitrons and like people
Mm-hmm.
walking around, and you see like you see a trash Securitron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just wondering what the hell went down here because it's
Yeah.
completely abandoned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will say though, buff out Lucy is kind of fun.
Again, I love Lucy on drugs.
Love Lucy on drugs. And I like after she like starts taking she like finally kind of lets loose and doesn't just do like hip and ass shots because it's a bunch of feral ghouls. So like I
Yeah.
understand there's kind of no point in like just in preserving them in any way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love that after she does this, she's like, "Do you have any cigarettes? I want to try one."
Well, it's kind of like the people that only smoke when they get drunk or something. There's
Have
like
you seen those? I've seen people who apparently I assume are fans of a drunk cig. Um, I've seen people wear T-shirts that are like, "Do not give me a cigarette under any circumstances, no matter what I say." Like if they know they're going out drinking.
Yeah, smart.
Smart indeed. Back to the Brotherhood. Thaddeus, my dude, you could not be doing a worse job.
No, bless his heart.
Bless his heart, indeed.
He's just nervous.
But then we have I don't know if Max like had a plan when he went to go confront Quintus, but his resolve seems to crumble almost immediately because he just straight up admits that he killed Xander.
Yeah, he didn't really seem to have a plan.
No, he really didn't. And things start getting messy where Thaddeus is in the cafeteria because he has the other Brotherhood chapter heads approaching him and trying to make deals with him because they think he's the Commonwealth emissary.
Yeah.
And they mention Elder Maxon from Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was kind of like, every time I hear a Fallout 4 mention, I find myself pleasantly surprised because this show draws so heavily from New Vegas specifically.
Yeah. Well, at least this particular season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could change.
Mm-hmm. Well, but it's also drawing from, again, I think it was Fallout 2 with the Deathclaw lore and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it does seem to be pulling from a few different directions.
And as soon as I saw that Dane was going into the room where they have the cold fusion diode, I was like, oh, I know what you're going to steal it. Steal it, Dane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they do, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Assholes hoarding technology.
Indeed. When Thaddeus is like, oh, I'm having a panic attack, I'm like, I don't think the Brotherhood believes in panic attacks, my guy.
I don't know if they believe in panic attacks in all of the wasteland. Like, that's such a kind of a quaint notion at that point, I guess.
Yeah, if like your every single day is just like an, violent fight for survival, you kind of don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, it's too like weak, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because like people are just dying in the streets all the time, horrible things happening. It's like, oh, you got scared. Like,
yeah, kind of. Like it kind of is just the way things are.
Very sheltered.
But Quintus trying to manipulate Maximus with the whole "my son" thing again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like his slimy ass.
Nope.
But fuck him. Ghouls are people too.
Yeah, just immediately. What's crazy too is before Max tells him why he killed Xander, like you can see that Quintus is sort of like
he's already like think of a way he can make things still work.
Yeah. But then like the second he's like, no, abominations, it's like,
yeah, and calling him a heretic.
Like, really over. Yeah.
But then things continue to get extremely messy with a stabbing, which was fucking gnarly, just knife right through the face. She did say she was going to stab him in the mouth, though.
Yeah. that's another one of those moments where it shows how much this show is a comedy, because like the immediate reaction, like that was badass or whatever.
Yeah, from the other Brotherhood elder.
Yeah.
But now the war has begun.
Yeah.
And when Maximus does, like, Quintus tries to kill Maximus, but he manages to escape and like chain him in his office.
Yeah.
When he runs into, like, he immediately runs into Dane as soon as he leaves. And I love them telling Max that Max doesn't have to apologize for not killing somebody, which just like,
yeah.
Max and Dane in particular, like, you guys are better than the Brotherhood.
Yeah, they seem like genuinely good people, which is...
And Dane even says that he's trusting Max with the cold fusion diode because he's one of the only people who isn't a total asshole.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
But yeah, when Thaddeus and Max are running away, like, across the desert, you can see like the airships firing on one another, and then one of them goes down. Yeah. Yikes.
But what's crazy though, it's not like Max started the war. It's because the heads of the two Brotherhood chapters started arguing, and then she stabbed that guy. So really, it had nothing to do with Max.
Like, it had nothing to do with him. It was just convenient cover for them to get away with the relic.
It's just kind of funny how it worked out, like, very convenient.
Yeah.
And I suppose he could hope that Quintus is going to somehow die in all that mayhem. Of course, that's not going to happen, but...
I don't think that's going to happen either.
No.
But, and this is when we go back down into the vault, where we see Woody reporting the Overseer to the Overseer.
And this is why I called him Sweet Summer Child, because he...
too innocent.
So naive. Just, like, believing so hard in the system.
Yeah. And, like, referencing, like, certain specific stipulations in the Vault Tech Handbook.
Yeah, oh, baby boy.
Too pure.
It's so nice and yet so painful to watch.
Yeah. But we have Chet figuring, like, he's had his suspicions that some shit is going on, but now he finds some hard evidence where he's like putting away laundry, and one of the drawers has like a false bottom to it. And he finds Steph's old, like, pre-war ID, which one reveals that she's Canadian, and I don't know if that's supposed to just be funny because she's not American.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I'm not American.
So much. We laughed so much that Kai was like, is there something significant about her?
Yeah, about the fact that she's Canadian. But also, on a more serious note, her ID is from 200 plus years ago.
Yeah.
Like, there's a date stamped on there.
Oh, yeah, and it's in a wallet. So who knows what else is in the wallet, too. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously that is clear evidence that she is...
from the past.
Time period, yeah.
And also, just unwilling dad Chet is very funny to me.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think Chet was looking for hard evidence. I think
he just stumbled across it.
I think he doesn't like change. He doesn't like challenge. He just wants to go along to get along kind of thing, which is why he didn't resist when Steph was just like,
you are essentially my husband now.
Yeah, you've just taken on this role. And he's just like, you know what? I don't feel like, confrontation, so I'm just going to do it. It's the same sort of thing. Like, he sees all these problems, like things that should make him very suspicious about who she is. But this might be the one thing that he can't just kind of ignore.
Yeah, I think this is going to push him over the edge.
Yeah.
But back up on the surface, Lucy and the Ghoul make it past the gates to the Vegas Strip, and we see all the casinos. We see Gomorrah, we see the Tops, we see the Lucky 38, and everything, which is awesome to see as as fans of New Vegas. But everything is fucking abandoned.
Yeah, which,
like, where is everyone? What happened?
Yeah, I was excited to see everything as it is in the game.
I know, I was excited about that too. And like, getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We do like because they mention Freeside, like the ghoul mentions like taking a detour to Freeside, and we do wind up getting to see that in the next episode, which we're going to talk more about.
Mm-hmm.
But girl, that's a Deathclaw egg.
Oh yeah. Like,
hate to see
just in general, if I see an egg that big, I'm just gonna run the other way.
Yeah, no, I would be very concerned. And
for life.
Where there be Deathclaw eggs, there be Deathclaws.
Sure are.
And they do encounter one. I will say drug-addicted Lucy is far too confident. She's just like, oh yeah, we can take them. Like, no, you can't.
Absolutely cannot.
But that is where the end of episode 4 leaves us, and now we can move on to episode 5, The Wrangler. Yeah. Which, oh man, this one was fucking like, not that all of the show hasn't been a wild ride thus far, but this episode in particular was fucking crazy.
Lots going on.
Lots going on indeed
on this one, so.
Yes, and I have a fair amount of notes for this one as well. We learn that what was once the central hub of the New Vegas Strip is now a giant Deathclaw nest.
Yeah, you're gonna want to clear that out.
You're definitely gonna want to clear that out. But our heroes, Lucy and the Ghoul, they do manage to escape just by sliding under the fence that they have set up.
Yeah.
And
it seems like the Deathclaws are a little less like spry than they are in the games. Like they're a bit more.
Yeah, them shits are. Yeah, they are kind of lumbering in the show, which like makes more sense, honestly, than in the games. To be completely honest with you, because something like a creature of that size that's like that heavily armored probably like logically isn't going to be able to move all that. Like maybe they are like fast for their size in the way that like a T-Rex was, but like it's all going to be relative. You know what I mean? So we find ourselves in Freeside, which is still a bustling community.
Yeah.
And that was very nice to see.
Of course. Yeah.
My question is, though, because Cooper talks about essentially what he's been doing for the past 200 plus years. He's been searching for all of these management vaults that are scattered across the wasteland. He mentions finding one in Oregon and a couple other places while he's been searching for his family this whole time. And all of the ones that he's found this far have been empty.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering.
That's how we know there's multiples.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering what the hell's up with that.
Yeah, he only mentions 2, like the one in California and the one in Oregon, but he says there's a bunch. So it's like, did he actually find more than that, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, could be.
How many there are?
200 years is a lot of time to do a lot of wandering.
Yeah.
But we get, when he's telling Lucy what to go buy, we get a mention of a Dick Doll, which is another one of the chems from the game.
Yeah.
and we get a mention of Quarry Junction when Cooper goes to that bar and is talking to the bartender there. And he's like, oh yeah, all these Deathclaws moved in from Quarry Junction, which if you played New Vegas, you'll know Quarry Junction is a huge fucking Deathclaw nest that is a massive pain in the ass to clear out. I have successfully done it, but the game was set to very easy.
Yeah, I haven't. I kind of, got to the outside of it and people were like, you probably shouldn't go in there. I'm like, you're probably right. I'm going to go do something else.
There was a quest where I had to go in there to talk to somebody who was like, I had to talk to someone who would then speak to Papa Khan for me and get him and like swing him to my side. So I had to go in there and clear it out. And it was no small feat. I will tell you that right now.
Interesting. I'm cool with the cons, so I must have gone about it a different way.
I am cool with the cons as well, but I needed them to not side with the Legion.
Yeah, I mean, I did a bunch of, well, I'm not going to get into it. I did a whole bunch of things, but yeah, they're firmly pro-me, anti-Legion.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
But then we take a little jaunt back into the past where we see Cooper and Barb on their way to New Vegas or not New Vegas at the time, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
For this big like technology, like kind of, I guess like fucking captains of industry type summit.
Sure.
Because it's like it's West Tech, it's Robco, it's Vault Tech, and
Big
all
Mountain.
Yeah, Big Mountain.
Everybody.
You know what? I hope you get it. I really do.
Yay!
But we see a young Hank McClane again as, you know, a little Vault Tech lackey, where he is all too happy to now be an assassination target who is chained to a briefcase.
Yeah, a little too chipper about that.
Just a touch. But we see Lee Moldaver / Kate Williams again, who briefly talks, like they have like a little clandestine, like talking over the phone booths type moment where they're talking about the plan to have Cooper kill Robert House. And here's the thing. I agree with her. I agree with her whole, like, Robert House should be sacrificed to save the lives of billions of people, or at least, like, that's the information that they're working on. Things get a little more complicated by the end of the episode, but that's what we know at the time, and that's what we're working with. So I agree with her, but here's the thing. I also don't trust her entirely.
That's fair.
Like, I feel like there has to be... Because, like, where's she getting her intel is one of my questions.
I don't know. Did they ever say?
I don't think so.
Anyway, I'm trying to remember. What her job is, if she gets it through her job somehow.
Possible. Well, because she said she was working for the company that developed Cold Fusion, which was then bought by Robco and Vault Tech.
Yeah.
But
so
thing that made me laugh about this whole Vegas sequence in the past, where like Cooper and his wife are at this big gala proceeding, this like giant investor meeting, the Nucatini thing made me laugh. And I also kind of want to try one.
Yeah, wonder what
that's like. I wonder which Nuka-Cola you use for that. Oh, is it Quantum? Is it a glowing Quantum martini?
Like it's got to be Quantum. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You make a Nucatini is you make a martini and then put it in a uranium glass.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I've got one. You got me one for Christmas.
Love radioactive glassware.
It's fantastic.
By the way, I thought it was interesting that they had the Vault 21 hotel in the strip.
Yeah, that was interesting as well.
Because they don't, I mean, there is one in New Vegas, but it's literally Vault 21 that was mostly blown up by House. But they got to keep like the top floor to turn into a hotel.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they had a Vault themed hotel in this version of Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know. And I wonder if they're going to return to that for anything. Like, not necessarily even like go physically to the location, but just like return to that as a plot point.
I feel like they won't. And the reason I bring it up is because I think they are trying to get in references to a lot of things in the games, even if they know they're not really going to get to them. Like having all the kings as ghouls, for example. They were like, oh, well, we're not really going to use them as part of the storyline, but New Vegas fans are going to get annoyed if they don't get to see the kings. So here they are. They're all dead.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same sort of thing. Like, yeah, we know there's a vault-based hotel in the game. Here's our nod to it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, very well could be. Here's the thing. I gotta say, you were right about House having a body double.
Yep. That was my
done. Round of applause for you.
He finally acknowledged it, that he is, because like when he leans over and he's like, House wants to see you, it's like,
I was like, yeah.
Obviously, because you're not House, yeah.
But when Cooper goes up to talk to the real Robert House, not who everyone thinks Robert House is.
Yeah.
Cooper didn't know who he was talking to at the Veterans Association when House cornered him in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because as soon as he sees him, he's like, from the fucking toilet?
I feel like I've asked you this before. Have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
I have seen bits and pieces.
Because there's just a part where they tell the guy from the past is trying to tell them that they should water crops with water and not, sports drink. And they're really confused. He just goes, "You mean from out the toilet?" And that's all I can hear.
There you go. But my question is, how did House know about the assassination plot? Because he immediately confronts Cooper like, hey, you were sent here to kill me, right?
Well, he is like the foremost robotics expert, and I imagine he's got machines all over the place. Like he does say in that conversation that he basically spied on him in Alaska through the suit, because he helped build the technology. So I'm just assuming that every piece of technology he's developed, he has put a back door in it for himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would definitely make sense.
And so he can listen at any time.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get to the things that he has found out via that technology in just a second, because this fucking guy, the snake oil salesman, he's back, baby.
Oh my God.
And this is one, he still has the fusion core that he took from Thaddeus, which I thought was going to be important, but didn't really want. I thought he was going to like use it as a bargaining chip for something. Yeah. But we didn't really wind up going anywhere with that, which is fine.
Yeah.
But his little, like the scene where he's like, skipping along, you got your nice music playing, and then he's immediately like being attacked by a radroach and like stabbing it and screaming die over and over again. That is exactly what it's like to be wandering the wasteland in game, because you will be walking along, listening to your radio, and then you will be violently attacked by horrible irradiated mutated creatures.
Was that a radroach or was it a bloatfly?
I think it was a radroach.
Was it? I couldn't quite tell because it happened so quickly and he was struggling.
Yeah.
And of course I was busy laughing because of how jarring it was.
Yeah. Pretty sure it was a radroach, but that is exactly what playing the game is like.
Yeah. By the way, when we do get to see House, I like how they faked us out, because I swear they were trying to make us think he was going to appear on the screens like he does in the game. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that little fake out.
Oh, and we also saw Victor again. We saw the first time that Cooper saw Victor.
Yeah, I like Victor. Cool.
And also, howdy, partner. And also, just you could tell that they did that practically, that they actually had like a physical Victor in front of the camera, and it looks so great, man.
Yeah, no, it looked legit. Like,
yeah, it looks very legit.
Yeah, I appreciated that.
And then we have our snake oil salesman flirting with a fucking Protectron. And it's not even like, because you know how in Fallout 4 there's like Ada and the arms dealer in Good Neighbor who's in a Assaultron. She's like, I'm a woman, baby. Like, it's not even a robot that's programmed to act like a human woman. It's literally just a like generic Protectron personality.
Like factory settings.
Yeah, factory settings. Yeah,
but the way he's talking to it, it's like they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not even like, oh, I just met you. It's like, no, this has been an ongoing thing.
Yeah, so that made me laugh. And then we have Hank McClane just casually on the surface dressed to the nines.
Well, yeah, he's, management.
He's management. But I did not expect to see him there. Let's put it that way.
It is quite a coincidence that this guy keeps popping up, but whatever, I like him so.
But when we follow him back down into this underground vault tech facility that he's been operating out of for the past couple of episodes, we get confirmation that Barb and Janie are in fact cryo-frozen there.
Yeah, or at least they have pods there.
They at least have pods there. We don't see them, but we assume that the pods are active.
Yeah.
Just based on like, you know, because they're like glowing and frost on the windows and all that shit.
Yeah.
But Hank uses the snake oil salesman as his next victim in the black box testing experiments. And this time, it actually it fucking works. But I love the little fake out where you think his head's gonna explode again.
Oh,
and for a second, I was like, oh man, not this guy. He's too funny.
I love when he basically says something to the effect of like, how would you like to forget every choice you've ever made?
Everything you've ever known? He's like, yes, please. Immediately.
Just so matter-of-factly too. Yes, please. Like, not even, no hesitation. Yeah.
Can't even blame
him. But it makes me wonder, like, does that mean that in order for the black box to work in the way that it was intended, that the subject has to be willing?
That's a really good question. And honestly, you might be right.
Because all the other ones were fighting it. They did not want it. And this guy's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Erase my brain. You know?
Yeah.
And seemed to be enjoying it, actually.
But once he has his memory erased, Hank's like, oh, let's begin. And at the time, I was like, let's begin what? Which next we find phase? Out what that is. We find out what the next phase is.
Yeah.
But we run into Ma, June, and Barv again. This time they are squatting in the abandoned Vault-Tec headquarters and farming rad roaches.
Yeah. Coincidences left and right.
Coincidences. I feel like it works because this show, for all its kind of like, for all of its action and gore and things like that, this show does have a pretty light tone to it.
Yeah.
So I think
saying it's comedy because that seems to be more the approach to it.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's why I think like the like so many coincidences of people being in the right place at the right time. Like I think it works for something that takes on that kind of tone.
Yeah.
But
plus I like them, so I don't care.
Yeah, who cares?
They're dynamic.
1,000 caps for a dick doll?
Yeah, which is interesting. Wonder why the price got jacked up from 125 to 1,000.
Well, when Lucy goes into that shop and is like stealing, which like, girl, you're becoming a proper wastelander now.
Yeah.
But we see a power fist, which is freaking awesome. But the power fist is also like crazy marked. Like everything in the shop is crazy marked up. And then we see like this shopkeeper who most definitely killed the original owner of the shop and stuffed his body into like a, however many gallon steel drum. I'm wondering if he like killed him to jack up all the prices and then just rake in the profits.
That's what I was wondering too. Like, I can't imagine any reason, like, because there's got to be other people selling that stuff for way cheaper. So no, like, good shop owner is gonna just suddenly, increase the price 8-fold of a dick
But also, when this guy tries to shoot Lucy, she fires back at him and she hits him in the like. How did he die? She hit him in the shoulder.
I thought it was like his neck.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong. I thought she like hit him in the shoulder and then he like fell and broke his neck.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
It doesn't really matter either way. Again, she's becoming a proper wastelander.
Yeah. Within just a couple of minutes, she steals stuff and then kills a person for the first time.
Mm-hmm. But
she did it on purpose, at least.
And then we go back to the past where this is where House talks about the fact that he saw everything that Cooper saw in Alaska, meaning that he saw a death claw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is where things start getting even more complicated because it starts to become unclear whether Vault-Tec actually did drop the bombs.
Yeah.
And House spends a lot of time talking about how he he has all of this this very complex inflow of information, being piped directly to him from all these various sources so that he can calculate, and predict events that are probably going to happen. And my thing is, how did his end of the world calculations, how did they spit out such a specific date?
Yeah, there's no, and not even date, but time of day.
Date and time of day. And it turns out to be Janie's birthday, which is so hyper specific.
But it's also clearly not true because he said it was something like 5:30 something in the morning, which isn't when it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were at a birthday party.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I'm wondering, and he starts telling Cooper that he's a killer. This whole interaction takes an incredibly strange turn, and I'm just wondering where the hell things are going.
Yeah. So at this point, that means that either I'm going to call her Moldaver because Kate Williams is such a whatever name.
Yeah.
But at this point, either Moldaver or House is lying or just misinformed.
Mm-hmm.
And so it could really be any combination of those things.
Yeah.
Because I could see either of them just lying, right? Because Moldaver could be making all that stuff up for her own purposes. House could be making this stuff he could just be pulling this all out of his ass.
But the way he keeps talking about how there's another player, an unknown variable that he can't get a read on.
You know who it is.
Do I? Am I stupid? Am I not making a connection?
Maybe.
It's
something you've mentioned multiple times before, so I assumed you made the same guess that I did.
We'll get there. Okay. But the question is, who is responsible for the death clause?
Well, this is where he brings up the forced evolutionary virus.
Exactly. And also before we get to that, because that becomes a thing with Norm and the rest of the Vault Dwellers up on the surface in the future. Yeah. I really liked the glitchy kind of cross-cutting between Cooper and the ghoul as he's exiting this interaction with House. Yeah. And it's him downing stuff out of a flask and him taking shots as the ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that a lot. Back in the future with our Vault 31ers, why do they still give a fuck about the investors?
We've established this. These people do not have actual personalities.
No.
Or they're just corporate robots. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all they care about is the company. Except
Claudia.
Yes, because Claudia didn't have enough time to be indoctrinated.
Exactly. I like her. I like that she had a cat named Puppy.
That is cute.
That was very cute, and it made me laugh. But yeah, this is when we get the big reveal of the forced evolutionary virus and the super mutants. As soon as I saw that FEV, because he was it was future something. It was a Vault Tech acronym they were talking about. It was future endeavor, whatever something. And I was whatever. But then as soon as it was when Norm was searching on the terminal, it was try searching this instead. And it was the FEV acronym. I was just
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. Yikes.
Yeah, that's one of those things that pops up here and there in multiple Fallout games in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm. Actually, okay. Can we back up to this other player that I'm not connecting dots right now for whatever reason? Who do we think this is?
I mean, I'm just assuming it's
variable.
I'm assuming it's the Enclave.
Oh, you might be right. Okay, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, because of all the technology and they would have the capability.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I like how my next note, my first note is FEV super mutants ? In all caps, and then my next note is also in all caps. What the fuck? Referring to seeing the snake oil salesman all normalized.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I didn't like it either. But with this, Hank has used the black box technology on the snake oil salesman to have him act as kind of an envoy to Lucy and the Ghoul. And we learn that Hank now has Barb and Janie as leverage because they are at the Vault Tech facility that he's been operating out of.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy, the last couple minutes of this episode are fucking wild.
Yeah.
The gasp I gusped.
And it's so sad because she says like, "Oh, we were just starting to get along."
And he
acknowledges it. He's like, "Yeah,
but like, man, don't take the deal. You're fucking better than this."
Yeah, it's like I sort of get it. Like, if you've been desperately trying to find your family for 200 years and you finally have a lead.
Yeah. So like, there is that.
Because it's not even like he can just like go in there guns blazing. He doesn't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like he needs Hank.
But yeah, Lucy using the power fist on him and it sends him out the fucking window and he gets impaled on like just this post that's sticking up out of the ground.
Yeah, that was gnarly.
I know that they're not gonna kill him off. It's fucking Walton Goggins.
No, yeah.
The character is not done for. But my oh my, is he in a pickle?
Yeah, because how do you get off?
How do you get off?
It must be so hard being a ghoul sometimes.
Also, I just want to like one last thing about the little like the final short scene that we see of Cooper in the past where he's like slamming back drinks. Girl, not the mechanical missile. Instead of a mechanical bull.
Yeah, no. I did have one note we skipped past that was semi-related. So when they get to Freeside and he tells her to go to Sunny's and she asks him where he's going, he says, "I'm going to go get fucked up."
Mm-hmm.
My immediate thought was that he was going to the Atomic Wrangler.
Right?
And they don't actually say that but it sort of looks like it.
A little bit.
And it's like, how could it be anywhere but the Atomic Wrangler? Like, from where he is, and
also
why would they give us that?
Yeah, I don't know. And also, in this flashback right at the very end of the episode, it looks like Cooper might come clean to Barb because he says we have to talk.
Yeah.
So like that kind of moves us into the like predictions section of the stream. Like, where do we think we're headed from here? Because Hank has Lucy like, you know, kind of in his clutches again.
Yeah.
The Ghoul is currently a kebab.
Yeah.
Norm is in fucking trouble from this Ronnie fellow who overheard him talking with Claudia about like, you know, how he doesn't actually care about like, you know, the Vault Tech goals, etc.
How dare he not care about their corporate strategy?
How dare he? But yeah, where do we think we're headed? It made me so sad when Lucy was like, "I thought we were friends."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that happened at once that it's hard to like. I mean, so obviously Lucy is going to end up going with her father, but like, he's just going to take her back to the vault because that's where he wanted her to be.
And the thing is, I'm like, I don't trust that he wants her back in the vault because I don't think he won't sacrifice her for like whatever experiment is being run because like
really?
I think he would, honestly. Like, he killed his wife.
But why is he trying so hard to get her? He could do that to anybody.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know.
Like, why put in all that effort if you're just going to kill her or, you know?
But I'm wondering precisely what plans are being set in motion from where he's operating. Like, what plans for the Vault Dwellers in, like, 32 and 33.
Yeah, I
can't be good.
I cannot even fathom form any sort of guess as to what phase 2 is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because of the mention of the forced evolutionary virus in this episode, I am like now firm in my stance that we are definitely going to see super mutants in this season. Even if it's just like a big reveal in the finale episode, I think we're definitely going to see super mutants.
Yeah. I hope we get Nightkin.
I hope we get Nightkin too. That would be freaking awesome. Yeah.
Give us more creatures.
Give us more creatures indeed. Do we have anything else to say about either of the episodes that we discussed tonight? Anything else to say about what we think might be coming? Anything else to say about Fallout in general?
I can't think of anything. By the way, I was playing New Vegas last night, and I'm just continuing in that DLC, even though I'm doing it in the wrong order.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like thinking about stopping playing anyway, but I looked around a corner and I saw multiple death claws on the only path ahead, so I just stopped there.
Understandable. Can't say I blame you.
So when I start it back up, it's just going to be me looking at a bunch of death claws from a distance and knowing that I have no way but through.
Cool. Good luck with that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking about right now when I think about Fallout.
All right, I think that's going to bring us to a close for the evening. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you to everybody who commented. We really appreciate it. And we will be back next week to talk about just episode 6 because we are now caught up to things as they're airing.
Yep.
So the stream might wind up being a little bit shorter next week, but we can probably go into a little bit more detail as well.
Yeah.
So, little trade-off. Let's see. Big Dumb Monsters Monday, Readable Reviews on Tuesday, Fighting with Friends Wednesday, back to the stream on Thursday. And I think that's everything we've got coming up. We've still got our deal going on with the Bull and Bee Meadery. You can go to thebullandbee.com and use code MONSTERMEAD at checkout for $5 off your online mead order. We love the Bull and Bee. And I think that's just about everything.
Yeah.
All right. We will see y'all next week. Adios, everybody.